across continents, across centuries, across cultures that never met. Humans looked at the same bird and reached the same conclusion. This creature knows something. Crows appear at executions, battlefields, disasters, and graves. They watch. They wait. They remember. And long before science studied them, humans decided they were omens of death. But myth didn't invent the crow's reputation. Biology did. Crows belong to the corvid family, which includes ravens, magpies, and jays. Neurologically, they are among the most intelligent animals on Earth. Their brains are structured differently from mammals, yet they achieve similar results. Problem solving, tool use, planning for the future. A crow can remember a human face for over 5 years, recognize that face even if it is partially covered, warn other crows about specific individuals. This information doesn't die with the bird, it spreads. Researchers have documented intergenerational memory transfer, where younger crows respond aggressively to humans they have never personally encountered, simply because older birds taught them who to fear. This is not instinct. This is culture. At first glance, a crow looks ordinary. Black feathers, sharp beak, common presence. But inside that skull is one of the most advanced brains in the animal kingdom. Relative to body size, the crow's brain rivals that of great apes. Its pallium, the region responsible for problem solving and planning, is packed with neurons at densities comparable to primates. This is not instinctual intelligence. This is cognitive intelligence. Crows understand cause and effect. They plan multiple steps ahead. They solve puzzles they've never seen before. They delay gratification. They invent tools and improve them. A crow doesn't just react. It analyzes. In laboratories, crows bend wire into hooks to retrieve food. In the wild, they drop nuts onto roads, not randomly, but at traffic lights, waiting for cars to crack the shells, then collecting the reward when traffic stops. In Japan, crows learned traffic systems faster than many humans. These behaviors aren't hardwired. They're learned, refined, and taught. Which brings us to something more unsettling. Crows don't just learn, they teach. When a crow dies, others gather. They vocalize. They circle. They study the body. For years, this was interpreted as mourning, but science suggests something more precise and more disturbing. Crows are conducting an investigation. They examine the corpse to identify threats. Was it poison? A predator? A human? They memorize the circumstances, and they remember the faces nearby. In experiments, researchers wearing masks who handled dead crows were harassed for years afterward. The crows recognized the mask. They warned others. They passed the information on. This isn't grief. It's forensics. Crows remember individual human faces for up to 5 years, even longer in social groups. If you harm a crow, it doesn't retaliate immediately. It remembers. And it tells others. Young crows learn who is dangerous by watching adults react. This knowledge spreads through the population. In effect, some crow groups maintain local traditions, cultural memory passed across generations. This is not instinct. This is history. A crow you wrong today may never attack you directly, but it will ensure you are never forgotten. Crows are monogamous. They form long-term pair bonds. Young crows often stay with their parents for years, helping raise new chicks. They defend territory. They share food. They also enforce rules. When a crow repeatedly harms others or disrupts the group, it may be mobbed, driven out, or attacked. Not justice in a human sense, but social regulation. A crow alone is clever. A crow society is formidable. Crows are scavengers. They appear where death already exists: battlefields, gallows, disasters. Not because they cause death, but because death leaves food behind. Early humans noticed the pattern and mistook correlation for causation. The crow didn't bring death, it arrived after. But perception became myth, and myth became fear. In Europe, crows and ravens gathered at executions and wars. They became symbols of doom, not because they killed, but because they witnessed. In Norse mythology, Odin's ravens, Huginn and Muninn, represent thought and memory. They fly the world, observe everything, and report back. Not evil, aware. In Native American traditions, crows are tricksters, creators, and teachers. They bring knowledge through disruption, wisdom, not comfort. In East Asia, crows symbolize filial duty. They feed their parents when they grow old, a sign of loyalty and intelligence. In Hindu tradition, crows are associated with Shani Bhagwan, Shani Dev, the deity of karma, discipline, justice, and time. Shani is not a god of chaos. He is a god of consequence. In ancestral rituals, crows are fed as symbolic messengers between the living and the departed. The symbolism is precise: a bird that watches silently, observes behavior, delivers outcomes slowly but inevitably. To ancient observers, the crow did not represent death. It represented accountability, not punishment, not mercy, just cause and effect. In Africa, crows are often seen as messengers between worlds, not malevolent, but liminal. Across cultures, the theme is the same. The crow is not feared for violence. It is feared for awareness. In cities, crows thrive. They recognize traffic patterns. They remember safe humans and dangerous ones. They adapt faster than many mammals. Urban crows solve problems their ancestors never encountered, and they do it without evolutionary time. This is intelligence operating in real time. The crow didn't survive civilization, it outpaced it. We're comfortable being watched by animals we think are beneath us. Dogs adore us. Cats ignore us. Livestock fears us. Crows observe us. They don't seek approval. They don't submit. They don't flinch. They look back. And that unsettles us. Because intelligence without affection feels like judgment, even when it isn't. If intelligence is the ability to observe, remember, adapt, and teach, then the crow has been intelligent for a very long time. Long before cities, long before writing, long before humans decided what intelligence should look like. The crow doesn't symbolize death. It symbolizes memory. And memory, when it watches silently, can be more unsettling than violence ever was.